So hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are absolutely fine and sound, and here we are back with the second video, day 2 part, basically part 2 of the day 2. Okay, in case you haven't watched the part 1, you can just check the courses section. It will be available over there, or you can just come to the videos and see it. So basically here we'll be covering that. Before that we start, if you are new to this channel, do subscribe the channel, and also if you want to join our community, click on the join button and join the subscription also, and make sure to hype the video. Okay, make sure to hype the video so that it reaches all the participants and they are able to complete the challenge easily. Now let's come to the day 2 of the challenge. Basically in the previous video we have already completed that. We have to just exploring the new ways to add the tools. We have already done it, and if you haven't done it, make sure to watch the video. You can check the description box also. Now you'll be using the best practice for tools, including the MCP and long running operations. So just right click over here and open in a new tab, and here basically we'll be covering the day 2 2B module. So just stay tuned, and the first thing you have to do, you have to click on the copy and edit button. Make sure you are signed in, and one more important thing before you are able to just modify it, you need to have a 18 plus account. So depending on your account, whichever is in your country, basically the age limit I'm talking about, and your mobile number should be verified. If you are getting error, you can contact the Kaggle support. Now click on copy and edit. Now here it will take some time, as I'm doing it in early morning, so there are chances I will not face some kind of issues, because some people just try to use the resources. Basically when the traffic is huge, the resources fail to start. So here we have to see what we have to do. Okay, here we learn how to connect external MCP servers, implementing long running operations, and building resumable workflows. Okay, one more important thing which many of you are asking. Basically this notebook is only for practice and learning purpose only. Okay, we don't have to submit it anywhere. Okay, you don't have to submit it. And here, so here let me show you, you don't have to submit it, I already shared. And here, if you are getting error like waiting for next notebook to available, basically this happens due to huge traffic, so you need to wait for it. Now here you have to run each shell one by one. So we have to just come over here and we have to set the API key. Click on add-ons, secrets, and then by default, we have already created the API key for the second module. I'm using that only. And you have to make sure this checkbox is selected so that you are able to complete the challenge. One more important thing, you have to come to the Google AI Studio. You can click on it. You'll be redirected particularly to this page. And if you're not seeing the API key, you have to click on Create API Key. Name anything through your API key, and then just click on Create Project, and then just name your project, and then Create Project, and then simply click on Create API. So like this we have to do. I'm not creating it again. If you want to see, you can just check the module. I think I should make a different video also for the API keys generation, so it will be easier for listing everyone. So let's come to the 2B module, and here, wait a second, here. Okay, now we have added the API key. We have to just run it. So it will take some time, so wait for it. So it's taking basically some time, and you need to wait for some more time so that it's properly authenticated. It may take up to 5 minutes also, or even more, depending on the traffic on the servers. So finally here you can see the session has been started and we have got the output that setup is complete. Now we have to import the ADK components. Basically these are the tools and modules which we'll be using in the upcoming part, basically next part only. So before that we have to set and import all the tools. So you can see basically these are known as only the ATK components. If you see, now the next thing is that if you want to review, here basically whenever we are working on LLM, okay, we may get some kind of error like rate limited, like we are getting yesterday API limit exceeded. And there in such cases, to just overcome these failures, you can see we have this option. Okay, retry option. So it will retry it again and again till the issue is resolved. But if you are in the free tier, then it won't be resolved. So just make sure to check it out. Now here, wait for the ADK components to get connected. It's taking some more time. So finally here you can see the ADK component is successfully imported. Now run over here. Do not worry, run each shell one by one. You can see we got the number. That means it is completed. Now here we have to come to the MCP. So basically what is MCP? Many of you are asking and might be thinking also. So basically it is an open standard which lets our agent, okay, agents use community build integration. Okay, just like we see extension in Chrome web browsers or plugins in different things. So basically, like this only here, it's a kind of plugin you can say in simple word. So here, what it helps us to access live and external data and leverage community built-in tools and scale capabilities. So here basically how does a MCP works? So basically MCP provides specific tools like image generation, database generation, okay, database access also. So like if you are using Gemini, you must have created some videos using the VOE, and also image generation also you may have done. You must have participated in the Ghibli trend also. Do comment down below in case you have participated. And here you can see that it has a three support, basically the server, client, and basically you can see. So basically here we are the client and external MCP servers are basically the client, sorry, external client. Okay, so here you can see the architecture. Now let's come over here and we have to create the MCP toolset. So click on it and just run the query. You can see tool is created. Now we have to add the tool to the agent. How we are adding? You can see the model. Gemini model is 2.5 flashlight. Depending on the model and upgradation, you have to upgrade the model like Gemini Pro, Gemini Flash, and it's lighter version of Flash, so there will be Flash also. So you can just check it out. Basically, this module is for testing purpose only. So if you are able to see the number, that means you have completed this. Now run the runner. Okay, just run the runner once again. You can see we got the output. Now we have to just test the agent whether it's able to generate the image or not. So basically providing a tiny simple image. So here you can see it's just working on it. Okay. So the image is tiny image. Let me change the prompt if I'm able to do. So let's see it works or not. Like this you can just see. So create a flower. So if we do like this, let's see whether it works or not. So here you can see it's generated the tiny image. Okay. So here is the image. Display the image. Whatever image you have run, you need to display it. So let's see. You can see here it's showing the tiny image. Now here we are extending it to other MCP servers. You can see the example. GitHub server, MCP server, all things are here. So what does it provides? Basically, it helps to search and download Kaggle dataset and access notebook metadata also. And here you can see all this thing, how to just, you have to understand. Okay, you can see for PR issues, etc., or whether it's related to dataset, we have to just check the Kaggle MCP server. And here you can clearly see this. So now here by mistake, the video was cut. So here you can see the section C, sorry 3. So here like for building the long running applications or if you need any human approval before just completing the action. So the normal agent works when you prompt the ChatGPT, it just calls the tool and return the result. Like generate an image, it just responds. Now here if you are running a long running or you need human approval, so you just type I need a basically I need access to this panel. Okay, the tool pauses and asks for human. Basically the admin panel, and then when it approves or rejects. If it approves, then it will show that your result, you have got the access, or it will say access denied, like this. Like when we enter the incorrect password, the account does not got login. In similar ways, we have to understand. Now here, when to use the long running operations during the financial transaction, like when you purchase anything. Okay, so when you purchase anything, the payment is not automatically detected unless you have enabled the auto pay. Similarly, here, when you transfer it, it either asks for UPI ID and PIN, or just basically the OTP which comes on your mailbox. Now here for bulk operations, like you have to delete more than 10,000 or 1,000 records, you need to confirm it, because if you make a single mistake, then your important data may get lost. Apart from this, in checkpoints also, like in airport, we have seen. Another is high cost actions and irreversible operation. Okay, like deleting the account permanently. So here, what we are building today, we are building a shipping coordinator agent with the tool. So basically, it will auto approve the small orders. We can add a limit also up to 5. Okay, and then we can ask for approval on larger orders. So how we'll complete? Come over here. You can see we are building the tool parameter. So just run it, and here you can see the status will be approved if the large threshold is lesser than 5 customer or 5. And scenario 2 is that we have to just, so you need approval. Basically, in this scenario, this code explains the first time this tool is called. Basically, this is for large orders which need human intervention and approval. And here again, so here the after the human acceptance, it will again process and just print the output. So now here, if you want to understand the code, you can see if the number contains less than 5, the return is approved. Okay, the return, it just returns the output. But in case the number is greater than 5, basically larger than 5 orders, you can just customize the numbers also. Then it will just send to human intervention, and just the order, as I said earlier, the order approved, it will just send. If it is just approved, then it will say return has been approved. You will get the output. In case it is rejected, it will show no. Like this, if directly it's no, then here it will show the pending status or just request confirmation. It will just prompt to request confirmation again. Now here you can see how does the three scenarios work. First scenario is using the tool context tool confirmation, and basically it's for smaller containers and items, so it is not going for the confirmation check. Okay, and for the larger call, basically larger order, it's going to just get the confirmation from basically the owner, you can say. And then after the confirmation is done, it just resumes. Now we have to create an agent and app and runner. Come over here and just run it. So we have created the shipping agent. You can see shipping agent is created. You need to wait for some more time if you are not getting the output. Now just we are creating a resumable app. So you can see we have created it also, and just start the session service also. So here you can clearly see the session service is also created, basically the runner. Now we will be building the workflow. Okay, the workflow code for using the ADK concepts like sessions, runners, etc. Now here we have to just build the workflow. Okay, we have to detect the pause, get human interaction, and then resume the agent. So for that, first of all, we have to run the helper function for approval. And here, I think we have got it. Now run the second one. So this is also completed. And now we have to create the approval response. So we are defining all the three helpful functions, and this is done. Now you know the workflow. Okay, you know the workflow. You can just see it. Let's run the third one. And now we have workflow function is ready. Okay, now we have to just test a demo. Okay, you can see the demo. For the small order, it contains shipment with 3 orders, and basically here you can see the shipment requires more than 10 order. Basically it's more than 5, so here it will be requiring the human intervention. Now here you have to if you reject, okay, so here you can see that it will return false. Okay, let's run it and see it. Okay, so if you run it, you can see the shipment 1 is approved and shipment 2 contains 10 orders, so it's just pausing for human approval. And here you can see that human decision is rejected, so you have to just decrease the quantity and ship it. Here if you see here that auto approve, if you turn it true, then it will be auto approve. Okay, I'm not changing anything, let me change the value. So you need to understand. Okay, so let me run it again and let's see whether we are able to get the output or not. So earlier we got that auto approve, so you can see we have approved the decision. Like this it's working in the code basis, but for the people who are working in the field, you will be getting the UI only, you don't have to code. Okay, so this is the thing how we have to approve and reject basically the approvals of the order. So we have done the demo part, and here is the optional flow if you want to see. Now this is a summary what we have completed in this course. If you want to see, basically we worked with the MCP integration and long running operation. Basically here we understood how to scale and leverage the community tools instead of building everything, because if you are getting for free open source softwares or basically tools, we should use it, or you can develop it your own. So here you can see the handle time also and ensure compliance also. So here all these things are mentioned, like the handle time is also decreased. You can see we just approved within a few seconds. Okay, so this is the thing, and here is the exercise. If you want to do, you can just comment down below, I'll make a video. Basically we have completed and learned the agent patterns and best practices for it. So this was the course 2B. If you want to see, you can come to the channel and just check the courses. I've shared the complete course of the day 1 and day 2. You can just explore it. So do like the video and subscribe the channel, guys. Have a great day ahead.